over the last 2 years, I've become to realize more and more, it's not about changing the world, but it's about understanding the world. When these ideas, when this moral law, the laws of nature, the principles and the axioms which have been revealed to us, when they are walked out, is it bearing good fruit or is it bearing bad fruit? What do I mean? Well, we can tell what a tree is by its fruit. So when you look at a tree, you might not immediately know what it is. You can open it up and you can look at the root system, but you're not going to know what it is by just the root system. You have to say, well, what sort of effects does it produce? What sort of things does it put out into the earth? Is it putting out thorns into the earth? Is everyone who believes in this, do they end up just depressed and anxious and miserable? Or is it producing good fruit? And what is good fruit? Well, I think good fruit is love. It's joy. It's when I'm living this truth out, when I'm encountering this truth and I'm living it out, is it producing peace on the inside? Real lasting peace? Is it making me a more patient person? A more patient parent? Am I becoming kinder? Am I growing the fruit of kindness within me? Not just a fake thing that we do on the outside in front of strangers so that we look good, but then we come home and we're rude and we're grumpy to our kids and our husbands and our wives. But are we producing kindness growing from the inside? Because that's what truth does. Truth produces kindness on the inside, goodness, faithfulness. Are we becoming more faithful people? Are we faithful and steady? Do people look to us and say, man, that is a faithful person. They are a faithful, trusted friend. I can share my secrets with them. And I know that they'll be faithful to keep these things, to love me, to be kind in my weakness. Are we becoming more gentle? Gentle in the delivery of our words, gentle in the delivery of how we interact with our children, with our friends, and self-control. Self-control is a big one. When we encounter truth and we let that truth transform who we are, we should become to have more self-control over our bodies, more self-control over our minds, over our actions, over our anger, over our jealousy. Are we just letting those run rapid the more that we follow whatever train of thought we have? Is anxiety taking over our life? Because when we encounter and walk out truth, we begin to grow these things on the inside of us. And it is truth. When we encounter truth, knowing where the boundary lines are, knowing what is right and wrong, knowing what is good and evil, seeing the world clearly. That's what we talk about on the show. We talk about seeing the world clearly. I know I started talking about, when I started the show 2 years ago, I would use the word change maker, and I still do sometimes, but thinking of like, how can we change the world? I want to change the world. And over the last 2 years, I've become to realize more and more, it's not about changing the world, but it's about understanding the world. It's about seeing the world rightly. It's about living rightly within the world. That's the thing that's going to change it. Understanding truth. So are we doing that? And then as we understand that truth, is it setting us free? Is it setting us free from anxiety? Is it setting us free from self-hatred? Is it setting us free from rage? Is it setting us free from envy and jealousy? Because if it's not setting us free, then it's not truth. And that's the important thing. If the things that we believe are not actually setting us free on the inside, like a tree growing fruit. Like I don't have to go out and make an apple tree grow fruit. I need to water it. I need to fertilize it, but it grows fruit by itself. Are the ideas that I believe, are they growing fruit by itself? Is it self-perpetuating? Or am I having to muster it up with all my strength and my might and, be kind, be patient? Or is it growing from the inside? Truth sets you free to allow it to grow from the inside. If you are doing yoga and you just need to keep doing more yoga, 15 minutes isn't enough. You got to do 20, 30, an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, day in and day out. And you keep on needing to empty yourself to try to meditate, to find that inner peace, but you never get there. You only find yourself more and more dissatisfied. You only find yourself having problems sleeping, disrupted sleep, and you think, well, I just need to meditate more. I just need to do more yoga. I would like to suggest to you that maybe you aren't encountering truth. You aren't encountering light. You aren't encountering goodness. You aren't encountering the very thing that you're looking for that's going to set you free. You're encountering something else, and it's not truth. It's not truth. If you're not seeing anxiety dissipate when you grab hold of that truth, then I'd like to suggest to you that maybe you aren't actually encountering truth, or to put it this way, you aren't allowing truth to encounter you.